Square Enix, the company that built my childhood. Hey everybody, it's Zero Gear Plus. Welcome to the rehash of the rehash, the redux of all reduxes. Welcome again to Final Fantasy IV. Now I see it says the after years there. Don't let that fool you. I'm playing Final Fantasy IV on the complete collection for PSP. And for whatever reason, whenever it boots up, it wants to prioritize after years. I don't know why that is. But we'll just go ahead and just sit through this little intro really quick. It's not going to have anything to do with the story I'm playing at first. I want to play through the interlude and the after years eventually on this channel. But so it's fun to be back to recording. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I actually need to thank my brother for this one. I'm going to pull up the conversation we had exactly from my phone. So I was talking to him, what was this, yesterday? And we can just enjoy this full motion video. It's fucking awesome. Look at this. It's so freaking fantastic, and this is really loud in my ears. I'm not going to complain, though. I love this score. But, I mean, I'm just going to be kind of talking over this. So, Colton sends me a text of an emulator of him playing Final Fantasy IV for the Super Nintendo, the old version. He says, new emulator for a kick-ass game. Might watch a certain brother of mine's Let's Play of it. And I said, be prepared for disappointment. The first one was garbage, and I never finished the second one. So that got me thinking. Now's the time to redeem myself, because I'm a Let's Player, goddammit. So, Colton, Rada, this one is for you, because I know you're both probably going to watch this together at some point. So, this is the Final Fantasy IV playthrough that I wanted to do since I started this channel 6 fucking years ago. This is going to be the Final Fantasy IV playthrough. Okay? So come, and everybody, let's play Final Fantasy IV! I'm so fucking stoked for this. All right. Let's go open and let's go start a new game here. So we're going to start with Final Fantasy IV. We're going to go to the interlude and the after years eventually. Actually, first, I want to go down to music selection. We're going to go to the original arrangement. It might not sound as aesthetically pleasing. I know it might grate on some people, but this is just to please my nostalgia, so everybody can just calm down. So we're going to go to Final Fantasy IV. I do have a save file in here. Let me clarify really quick as we're starting up the game here. I am currently playing this on an emulator. You guys all know my views on emulation. I don't personally like it, but I do have a little policy. I will only emulate a game that I previously owned. I have never owned this version, nor have I ever owned a PSP. But, Captain, we will arrive in Baron shortly. So this is just a little bit of introduction to the Red Wings and Captain Cecil, our main character of the game. So, I have never owned a PSP, but I have owned every other version of Final Fantasy IV there is. The original Super Nintendo cart, the Game Boy Advance version, the DS version. I bought the original version on Wii console, or on the Wii Virtual Shop. I bought all different parts of the after years on the WiiWare. I bought the DS version, I think I said that. I bought it again when it was released to Steam. I bought this game 7 ways from Sunday. I think I can get away with this one. I've put like easily $120-$30 towards Final Fantasy IV alone. So, after what we did, who wouldn't be? Orders are orders, but killing innocent people to get the crystals isn't right. Now it's going to set us up with a little bit of a backstory as to why everybody's in not such a great mood. You can tell by the sepia tone that this is a flashback. Slap, punch, shove. The DS version actually did a really good way of handling the cutscenes in this game. It made it feel very, very real. The Red Wings are supposed to protect people, not harm them. That's enough. But, Captain, surely you don't condone what we've done. All of you listen well. That raid on Mysidia was imperative. For Baron to prosper, we need the crystal's power. The king and his council concluded that the Mysidians knew too much about the crystals. We are the king's Red Wings. We cannot defy his orders. Captain. And then you run down from the bow. Monsters! Sighted! Dead ahead! Prepare for battle! I fucking love that. It's not just like, oh, I'm doing all the fucking fighting. They shoot cannons and shit. So awesome. So we got a firebomb and we obliterated everything. Are you all right? We've got more hostiles. Damnation. Psst. Throw a blue fang, shove a lightning bolt up his ass. Absolutely. And I love this. You can see down in the game screen. The ship has taken damage. I love that. All accounted for, sir. A little shaken, a little stirred, but we're good. Nice martini. We've been encountering a surprising number of monsters lately. Could this be some kind of punishment from the gods? Who knows? Who knows? Captain, we are now over Baron. Very well. Prepare for landing. Fucking love this music. This game is just pure nostalgia in all of its forms. This game is pure nostalgia for me. It's so beautiful. Story is really good. The characters are deep. I love it. I love it. I love everything about this game. I love everything about this franchise. Well done. So the crystal is ours now. The Mysidians put up no resistance. In fact, they were completely helpless. Is this pity I perceive? Come, Captain. His Majesty awaits. Bagan, you're a dick. But that's what makes you cool, I guess. This music is so fucking awesome. If you'll excuse me, Captain, I must speak to His Majesty in private. Please wait here. I didn't even mean for that to go as well as it did. Your Majesty, I'm afraid Cecil can no longer be trusted. He clearly questions your authority. I suspected as much. I'm gonna stop singing now. Send him in. Yes, Your Majesty. I can't help it. I'm just so excited to be fucking playing my favorite game of all time, and I'm actually gonna finish this one. That's the best part. I'm gonna actually finish this game because it doesn't have as weird of a curve as the fucking whatever it was, the hard type version that I played long time ago. Your Majesty. Yes? What is it, Captain? Your Majesty, forgive me, but what are your intentions? My men are confused and displeased. And you? Do you question my command? No, I only ask. Silence! Dissension only leads to treason, and that I will not tolerate. I hereby relieve you of your command of the Red Wings. Your Majesty! Objection! Instead, I charge you with another duty. Slay the Eidolon that infests the Mist Valley, and deliver this carnelian signet to the village of Mist. You leave tomorrow. First light. Your Majesty, I beg you to reconsider. Cecil has done no wrong. You insolent cur! How dare you barge in here? If you're so concerned about him, you may share his fate. Take the ring and be gone from my sight, both of you. Your Majesty! Shit. I'm sorry, Cain. Once we have completed the mission, the king is bound to forgive us both. You will rejoin the Wed Rings in no time. Get some rest. Leave tomorrow's preparations to me, because I'm such a badass. Alright, now we're finally in control. We can dash around, we can talk to people, but we don't need to. Actually, if I go back and talk to Cain, will that yield any new interesting results? I'm sorry I've dragged you into this. My actions are my own. They're not your responsibility. I mastered the dark sword at His Majesty's orders, but it was to protect Baron, not to plunder. Don't torture yourself over orders. Surely the king has his reasons. I envy you, Kain. I envy the path you chose. Oh, I suppose I could have attained a higher rank had I become a Dark Knight like you. But my father, who passed away when I was still young, was a dragoon. I felt that I might keep some sort of connection to him if I became a dragoon as well. I didn't mean to bore you with my stories. I only mean to tell you to not overthink things. Oh, really? I won't be standing idly by on the sidelines. That's more like it. We'll get some rest. I think I skipped the dialogue box, but that's fine. Daxter, what are you doing? I can't hear you from in here. These headphones are too fucking loud. Seriously, my sound is on like 4. I don't know why these things are so sensitive, but Jesus Christ. Alright, so we'll just go grab some castle treasures. Daxter, get in here. Daxter! So unprofessional, I know. Daxter, get in here. Now. You have nothing to bark at. Stop being stupid. I love my dog, I really do, but he's an idiot. Alright, let's go to our room. Wasted enough time as it is. Oh, I skipped over that one, but this is Rosa, the love interest of the game. Thank goodness you're alright. I was so worried you left on such short notice. We're fine. I wish I could say the same for the Mysidians we slaughtered. I'll visit you later, okay? Very well. Very well. Like Dark Souls up in here. Very good. Well, well, well. Look who's back unscathed. Any day to do the Mumcar voice for Sid is a good day. And I will be reprising the voice for Sid. Fucking awesome. Rosa was worried sick about you. Don't you ever worry her like that again, you hear? So how are my ships? My airships? I'll bet you and your awful goons wrecked them up something awful. Hey, what's the matter with you, kiddo? I'm fucking up my throat. What? The king demoted you? What about the Red Wings? They'll be a mess without you. What has come over the king? He's been acting peculiar. I don't build my airships so that they can be used to slaughter people. The whole town is beginning to talk, you know. Cecil, be careful out there. Make short work of that mission and get back safe. Whoa, I have to start heading home or my daughter's going to kill me. See ya, Sid. Like every Final Fantasy game, like every good Final Fantasy game, there is always a Sid, and he is always the chief engineer, or mechanic, or whatever. Woo! Alright. I'm glad there's no more Sid voice for a while. I'm starting to see floaters, that's how hard I coughed. What's happened to the king? He covets the crystals like a man possessed, and will resort to any means to get them. Nevertheless, I can't defy him. How could I cross the man who raised Kain and me like his very own? The chivalrous knight whom I've adored and admired since childhood. I will not betray him. I can't. And Rosa's here. I'm not going to sing over this, especially because I don't think I can hold a note with how fucked up my throat is right now. Basically, she's trying to lighten the tension. Cecil feels like shit. I want to get to some gameplay, so that's why I'm skipping through all the cutscenes. This is just a sappy romantic moment, and Cecil's questioning himself, and it's basically the "you're a good man, Cecil" scene from the DS version. Not that I'm that worried about it. Just talking about how we're leaving tomorrow, and I'll be fine because Kane's going with me and all that kind of stuff, so now we'll actually begin to start the game. Not just the walking around and treasure chest opening that I've been doing. The literal, the actual, we're going to get the prologue of the game, and we're going to get some awesome fanfare just like that. We're going to get some story. We're going to get a beautiful still of the Castle Baron in the background, and I'm just going to be able to gush all over again about how fucking great this video game is. And so, the Dark Knight Cecil was stripped of his command as the captain of the Red Wings. He and the Master Dragoon Kain head toward the Dark Valley. Head toward the Dark Valley for the Village of Mist. I didn't know it's called the Dark Valley. I thought it was just called the Mist Cave. The advent of the airship marks the realization of Baron's dreams, but also the birth of its militarism. I fucking love the story of this game. And when you stop to think about it, everything makes sense. And it's so good. Love it! With its Royal Air Force Red Wings, Baron soon reigns supreme. Now as monsters multiply and stir unrest, Baron only exploits its power to collect the world's crystals. Why? Not to be confused with who, what, or where, or when. The crystals silently shed their light. I think that's the last text box, so we'll actually get to start playing the game. I'm so fucking excited. We're almost 60 minutes into this game. I haven't been getting to... Yes, I can finally... Oh, no. That's ugly. That's very ugly. Well, it didn't do that before. God damn. I don't want to have started this whole thing and then it... Is that just from side to side? No, it was just in that one weird thing. Okay. This is why I don't emulate. But I guess here's combat. So these guys are pretty easy. Basically everything in this area, I shouldn't even say pretty easy, very easy. Everything in this first area is just surrounding Baron is going to die in one hit. I guess that was just the world map trying to load and figure itself out, but I pray that it doesn't do it too much because that just looks really unprofessional. Not that my Let's Plays have been very professional ever. I'm doing this because I want to have fun, and that's how we do on this channel. So this is Rosa's house, and I talked to her mother, and she's basically telling us not to go and make Rosa worry. I plan for that to be the case, although I make no guarantees, because even I cannot be certain of what could possibly happen to us. So we go up here, we have the secret switch in the crest up there. Coat of arms, something, 2 crossed swords, means something. So I love this. We're like the game's equivalent of the police. I'm just gonna gush about like the fucking story for a second after I cough my brains out. Jesus. Sid is still with me. But I mean, like, we're the equivalent of like the city police. Kane and I both, and we're both fucking terrifying, wearing like dark armor. Even Kane, who's not a Dark Knight, is still pretty menacing looking. Carrying weapons and armor around. We're like the only people to be doing that. And it's really interesting. So here we have the Devil's Road. Devil's Road leads to Mysidia, and it's remained closed since the Mysidians sealed their end. We once traded actively with the Mysidia via this path, but it's no longer in use. And it's sealed. That's fine. I could go down there. That's just the magic house. It's not going to do us much good. And this, okay, if I could, yes, see, all that just to see that the door was in fact locked. Anything in here? I don't think so. Not that I need anything, I'm just going around and talking to people. It's just like, I fucking love this game. And another thing I want to talk about, because Final Fantasy IV is older than me, okay? So I'm not afraid to fucking spoil stuff. Oh, okay, you're gonna dance for me. I completely forgot that you did that. But like, I don't care if I spoil anything. This game goes back to 1991. If you haven't played it by now, I'm sorry for you because you're really missing out. But like, so the king gave us the carnelian signet. Now I know what a signet ring is, but it's like, back in Final Fantasy IV for the Super Nintendo, it was called the package. You were given this mysterious package to deliver to Mist, and it only gave you, you had so much time. The whole time there, you're like, I wonder what's in the box, because you can't open it. And so you're like, I can only dream. I can only imagine what's in this package. And then, you know, in later versions of Final Fantasy IV, they retranslated it and turned it into Bomb Ring. And I'm like, oh, well, there goes the surprise. And this, they turn it into a carnelian signet. It's like, fuck. I know what a signet ring is, but it's like, what's carnelian? I mean, like, is that some sort of creature? I don't know. And that's what makes it interesting. So we'll take a shortcut over here to the Chocobo Forest. In the grass somewhere should be a chest with some Gasol greens that we can't do anything with really right now, so we're going to catch a yellow Chocobo. We could have caught that white Chocobo and he'd refill all of our magic, but neither of these guys use magic, so I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, I'm hoping that does not glitch out too much. I mean, like, it's not going to stop me from fucking playing the game, because I love it so. And I honestly hope that my enthusiasm and love for the game, like, more than compensates for some of the shitty graphical glitches. It's more if I stand still for too long, so I guess if I just keep moving, we'll be fine. And as long as I'm inside somewhere, it doesn't do that, so... Luckily, you don't spend too much time on the world map in this game. Turn back! The fuck was that? Potion. Delicious potion. Over here. I also love the option to dash. Naturally, you just walk if you walk a certain direction, but if you hold down the... I'm going to assume what would have been the X button on the PSP. I wouldn't know, because I'm using a controller. You can dash, and I love that. And I'm sure there's like an auto dash feature. I like the ability to just hold my dash button. It gives my right hand something to do. Leave at once. Could that be the Eidolon of the Mist Valley? Have I not run into one combat in here? Alright, I want to talk combat before I fight this thing. Thank you. Awesome, this is just the combat I wanted. So, everything in this game usually has some sort of element to it. Our weapons in particular do. Kane's... Oh, we're on active time battle. Okay, so Kane's spear killed that Eye-Wing moth. If Cecil attacked it, it wouldn't have dealt as much damage because Kane has a spear, which is considered throw elemental. Don't ask me about it. I don't know the specifics. But spears and like boomerangs are throw elemental, which flying monsters are weak to. And so in that type of instance, you'd want Cecil to attack the larva, have Kane attack the Eye-Wing moths. Well, Kane also has another ability. Kane and Cecil both have abilities that both of them will be doing in this battle. Yes, I choose to ignore your warnings. I'm the kind of guy that just clicks the I agree to the terms and services button. Check out that sweet animation into the boss fight. And so Kane's ability allows him to jump. Basically, he leaves the screen for a second, and then he comes back after his ATB bar down there is filled up, and he deals double damage. Now, Cecil has this move that really wasn't too useful in this fight, but I wanted to show it off anyway, the Darkness ability. Basically, he sacrifices 16%, 1/16 of his max HP, and with that, he can attack all enemies on screen. So it's really good for clearing like a bunch of imps off screen or whatever. It's really not that useful, so I'm not going to be using it a whole lot in this game. But it is there if you choose to use it. Basically, unless you're going up against things that Kane can kill in one hit, there's no reason why he shouldn't be jumping. The Super Nintendo version of Jump was kind of slow, but it made up for it in damage. If there's ever a version, not that I would ever recommend that you do this, but if you ever play the Final Fantasy for the Game Boy Advance version, do not, I repeat, do not have Kane jump, ever. Because it's slow and it only does double damage. You know, this game has like a double damage range, but it's like it deals exactly what the doubled amount was, and it's not even really that good. And the advanced version of Final Fantasy IV has really weird glitches in it that would sometimes allow you to attack twice without setting up your ATB bar first and making it fill up completely. But then it's just like, what the fuck? So it just ruins your whole party dynamic, which is why I love this version. So basically, I was sitting that whole section out because whenever he's turned into mist, you can't attack him. You can't deal physical damage to him. And unfortunately, as two melee fighters, that's all we can do to this guy right now. Now, if you do manage to land a hit, not if you do manage to land a hit, but if you do attack him when he's in the mist state, not only aren't you going to deal any damage, but he's going to use a cold snap or like mist breath ability that deals a shit ton of damage to both Cecil and Kane. Alright, more of these guys. What's my auto button? There we go. I'm going to be using the auto feature a lot. And this, I'm really not going to be editing out too many battles. I really just want to go for long episodes, like 30-minute episodes. We're at like 24 minutes right now. So that's fine. Now, because this game is fucking however old it is, 1991, this game's like 26 years old. We all know what's going to happen. Well, at least I know what's going to happen, and you guys are going to be spoiled to it, so... Sorry, but I'm taking off Kane's armor because, lo and behold, we're going to lose him coming up in a second here. The ring is glowing. But I'll never forget playing this game as a kid. And you step in the mist, it automatically, you both walk in the mist, and it says, the package opens. You're like, what the fuck? And then the bombs come out, and then everything's on fire, and you're like, holy shit, what did we do? But then in the Game Boy Advance version and other versions, it's like, the bomb ring began to glow. It's like, yeah, I saw that coming, whatever. But it's like, even with this, it's like, I still miss the package. I think the package was the best way to go. So, the king wanted us to burn down this entire fucking village, and that's really metal. But at the same time, it's not cool. My mom's dragon died, and then my mom, she died too. What? I've heard of people with the power to summon such beasts. Summoners, they're called. Then, you don't mean that by killing that dragon, we've also killed this girl's mother. Sid is still, he's sitting like right here. We didn't know this would happen. We didn't think your mother would die. So basically, the king just wanted us to kill that dragon and then just kill every last summoner in this village. And yes, we're going to defy the king, and we're going to save this girl. And boring dialogue. It's really just boring dialogue. It's basically we're talking about uprising against our king. Because Kane's like, you betray your king, and Cecil's like, yeah. If any king that would wish for this is no king of mine, kind of thing. So he's like, I figured you'd say that. So, but if we're gonna challenge the king, we need to, we need to get help from other nations. So basically, that's what we're doing next. After we apprehend this girl, I did not want to attack her. I'm sure that did nothing but piss her off. Okay, let's talk this out for a second. Hang on. I'm sure we can work this out. Ow. And then the earth just cleaved, just split in two. And I love that. That is a great use of storytelling. So this little girl, as a summoner in a rage, she summons her latent power to conjure up the god of the earth, and he creates an earthquake, and now there's this giant landmass that separates mist from the rest of the world. We have to get her out of here, but Kane's missing. That's not good. So let's just keep moving. Best thing we can do is cross the desert in black armor. I'm sure that's got to be comfortable. It's got to be the most comfortable thing imaginable. Alright, so Kaipo, we got to get to an inn. Now. And, I just kind of ran in here, but if you want to walk now, Cecil, that's fine too, I guess. I mean, both of you are injured, so, haste is not mandatory right now, obviously. And like every Final Fantasy game, there are no hospitals, there are only inns. You can sleep off death. Are you alright? And she hates us. Yeah, I'd hate me too if, So she's giving us the silent treatment. That's fine. She'll come around eventually. No need worrying about it, Cecil. Just get some sleep. You can tell it's nighttime by the shadowy blue tone. So that's Baron music. What's up? Are you guys Baron Knights? Yes, you found us. Yeah, we did our mission. Can I come home? Here on the king's orders, all summoners must be annihilated. Why? Why do you guys do this? Why do you guys have to make this so hard for yourself? Now I have to... So, are we just going to sit down and talk this out like adults? Apparently not. So you want to do this the easy way. I consider this the easy way. Diplomacy is hard. Now, what I want to do here is I want to have Cecil attack 2 of the Baron soldiers. Don't kill all 3 of them, because I want to go after the general to put him in my bestiary. Even though he's already there, because I've played this game before. But you can see that because he's in the back row, he's taking less hits. Basically, there's an invisible multiplier in Cecil's stats, and I'll talk about that in the next episode. But there's this invisible number in Cecil's status. Basically, he can hit twice. And so I'm dealing, that was 2 hits. 36 damage was 2 hits. It's an invisible number. It's not like Final Fantasy 1 where it tells you. And both hits missed that time because he's in the back row. He has more advantage. So if I killed the other Baron soldier, the back row would become the front row, but the general would run away. So whenever I deal 12 or 22 damage like that, that's because one of my attacks missed. So if you ever see like the 32 or 36, both hit, obviously. Now the general doesn't have too much damage, and he doesn't attack you, only the Baron soldiers do, and they don't deal too much damage, so we can really just kind of sit this out and kill this guy before taking on the Baron soldier. Now, in the DS version, I believe it's the DS version, when you kill the general, I don't think that happens here, but when you kill the general in the DS version, if there are any Baron soldiers left in play, they get confused and they attack each other because they don't have orders to follow, so they don't know what the hell to do. And I think that's really cool, and I like that. But I mean, like in this version and in the original, even without a general, they'll just be like, well, I mean, we still need to kill the girl, so I guess we have to kill this guy first. All right, so the general's dead. Wasn't too difficult. We took a couple hits, but nothing worth worrying about. I also like to advertise that you keep your auto battle off before going into that fight, or you can cause yourself some trouble because it loads really fast. So you might accidentally kill all 3 dudes if you're not paying attention, and then you won't have the general for your bestiary entry. And so we save the girl, and she tells us her name out of gratitude. This is Rydia. I will be pronouncing it Cecil and Rydia. I'm one of those guys that doesn't believe everything the DS version told me. I've been growing up my entire life saying Cecil and Rydia, so it's not Cecil and Rydia. And it's also Yang, not Yang. I understand the Eastern, the Oriental pronunciation of the term, but when it's a name and when it's in Final Fantasy IV, it's fucking Yang, all right, man? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to call him Yang. So we're going to go up here to the armor. Hello. Do you wish to change your name? If I did, oh, shit. There we go. I didn't mean to do that. So this is naming way. If you want to name any of your characters, you're free to do that. I won't be doing that, but you could if you wanted. So here we can get some armor. I want to actually buy... Which one do I want to buy? There's something I want to buy. No, I want to buy a leather cap for later. Excuse me for clearing up my throat. I should not have done the Sid voice, but you know what? I also don't hate myself for doing it. So Rydia is our first character, is our first joined party member. You know, Kain starts off, and so she's our first spellcaster of the game. So this will be pretty cool. And we're gonna go up. We're just gonna kind of explore the town, grab some stuff. I think I've grabbed everything that I can. Maybe there's stuff up in this pot. Nope. Now you can talk to her and she'll dance for you, but I have no need to do that. So we'll just go up and investigate this house really quick. Found a girl from Baron lying unconscious just outside of town. Kept saying, "See, it's Rosa! Oh my God! How did you get here before us?" But no, she is quite worse for wear. She has the desert fever, which can only be cured by getting a sand pearl, which can be found in the cave of the antlion. So I think we know what our next mission's going to be. So with Rydia in our party, I almost called her Rydia. I have to stay on my toes. I have to think. So with Rydia in our party, she starts out at level 1. She's really squishy. I'm gonna bring her down into the right next to Cecil. As you can see, there's a bit of a space between her and the edge. That means she's in the back row. So you're going to want to put any type of summoner, any type of light armor user in the back row because they cannot take hits. So put them in the back row and they take less damage and they're less likely to get hit also. And so she has her whole set of things. I'm going to level her up to, let's say level 5, maybe 7. Let's say 5 between this episode and the next. And I will see you guys in the very next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV, the complete collection. This time I'm serious. We're going to do it this time. All right. ZGP Plus signing off, and I will see you guys then. Take care, everybody.